Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today, I'm gonna be giving you guys tips on waitressing. So this is mainly for like new beginners or if you just want to improve, but I have yet to learn because I am still new, but I just want to give out tips because I feel like I'm actually starting to improve. I mean, I've been working as a waitress for like a month and 2 weeks or a month and 3 weeks now. And I feel like, I've learned a lot just being there every single day. So not literally, I just meaning like I've learned a lot. So anyway, the first tip is always make sure that your table has silverware. So this is what I mean. Sometimes it gets a little busy and you don't have time to prepare yourself. So, what I like to do is as soon as I see people like sitting down, I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't know if my station has any like tableware. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in the kitchen. I see like three people sitting down at my table. I'm gonna go in the kitchen, get them three waters. When I come back, I introduce myself. So what I usually say is like, well, the first thing I used to say was, "Hi, my name is Amanda. I'll be your waiter for today." But I used to say that in such like a shy manner. So what I do is I like to introduce myself, or like, or sometimes I'll be like, okay, this is I'm gonna say it. I'm like, I'll be like, "Hi, how are you guys?" Or I'll be like, "Hi, welcome to Applebee's. How are you guys doing today?" And then they'll be like, "Good, da da da." And I'm like, "All right." And then I'll say, "Can I start you guys off with anything to drink?" And they'll say like blah blah blah. Or I'll say, "Hi, welcome to Applebee's. My name is Amanda. I'll be your server for today." And then boom, they'll be like, "Hi, Amanda, da da da." And then another thing I'd like to do is like whenever I'm feeling nervous, like let's say there's like 4 or 5 people in one table and I feel nervous, um, they'll be nice to you if they know you're new. So sometimes I'll be like, "Hi, my name is Amanda. I'm new. I've been here for only a few weeks, like, like, and I'm sorry if anything comes out slow." And they'll be like, "Oh no, it's okay." And then they're like, sometimes the men always say this. They'll be like, "You gotta start somewhere." And then the women are like, "Oh my god, sweet, it's okay." So it's always good to throw in that you're new, just in case like you mess up. So that way, like, sometimes when things are coming out slow, like they'll understand and they'll be like, "It's okay, sweetie." Like, they'll be nice to you the whole time. So that's another tip that I have. Throw it in the fact that you're new. If you're not new and you just having a bad day, then maybe it's good to lie. I don't know. As long as they just don't know that you've been working there. I did not realize I had my TV on. Let me see. The second tip I have is, so back to me saying like, okay, bring your table water. The reason why I say this is because let's say they order something from the bar and the bar is really busy, because sometimes the bartender, they'll have their own customers, and then at the same time, like, they have to help you guys, like, make your drinks. And sometimes if you're lucky, there'll be like three bartenders in there. But if you're not lucky and there's just like one, then sometimes they'll tend to make their customers' drinks first before yours, and it's like then things get slow. Like, I remember this one time, oh my gosh, I was having a really bad day. So it was three people, right? And two of them wanted a paradise punch and one just wanted water with lime. So of course I got the water with lime right away, but what I did was, I know I never tasted a paradise punch, but like, when you look at a drink and you just could tell that it's sweet. So what I did was just, I got them three waters, because I'm like, you know what, I don't know how long this is gonna take, so I'm just gonna get them three waters just in case, like, their appetizer comes, they have something to drink. So anyway, I rang it in. I rang in the appetizers, and then like 10 minutes go by, and the paradise punch is still not there. So what I did was, like, usually as soon as I ring stuff in, I go to them and I'll be like, hey, I just rang in, blah blah blah. So, I'm noticing like 10 minutes go by and they keep asking. So they keep seeing me like go back to the bar and, like, looking and everything. So then I was like, hey, I still need a paradise punch. And they were like, okay, I got you right now. I'm like, all right. I'll go to the kitchen, get my other table's food, come back, and they're not even making it. Not like they're halfway done. They were like dead ass not making it. So I went on their side. You're not supposed to be in the bar or, like, but I went on their side because I wanted to look at the screen, and I literally saw my drink on 14 minutes, which means I've been waiting 14 minutes and 28 seconds for my drink. And I was so pissed off. Like, I was so angry. So I remember the next table that I had, I let them know from the start. I was like, just like to let you guys know before you guys order anything, the bar is really really busy, and I had a situation where, these people ordered something from the bar and it took really really long and they got upset. And, like, the guy was just like, all right, that's fine, they gotta do what they gotta do. And that was it. Like, he wasn't mad. But I'm glad I told him from ahead of time, because I feel like if I didn't and the same thing happened to him, he would also be upset. But, like, I was just so annoyed because I'm like, yo, like, there's three of y'all in there, and I know all of y'all see my screen. And then sometimes another thing that I don't like is, all right, I'm not saying this happens every time. This only happened once. But it was, like, on a busy day, and I see the three of them in there, right? One is, like, one is about to go home. So he's literally, like, leaned over, having a conversation. The other one is standing there having a conversation. And the other one is smiling, listening to the conversation, and, like, also, like, talking in. And I'm like, bro, like, do you not see all of these things that you guys have to make? Like, I'm not even trying to be rude, because I understand, like, when you at work, you talk to your coworkers. Shoot, when I'm at work, I, like, all right, like, let's say I'm, like, getting a drink or whatever, or I have to close out a check. Like, that's another thing that I do too. Like, I'll close out a check while I'm talking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, work, like talk while you're working. Don't just stop doing what you're doing. And it just got me so mad. So anyway, like, that's another advice or tip. I'm not gonna really keep track because these are just random, but that's another advice or tip. um Always bring your table water, because, like, they'll have something to drink. And then plus, like, then you have the people where they don't want to finish their soda before the drink comes out, so they have the water. And then the big tip is that it's always good to make sure they have water, just in case, like, who's ever at the bar is taking too long to get their drink or whatever. So that's one tip that I have. Another thing, I learned that, like, you have to do some things on your own. So, dang, 8 minutes in? My fault, guys. So, another thing is you have to do some things on your own. I always thought whenever I needed silverware, I would have to, like, go to the person who washes it and say, like, hey, can you wash silverware? Blah, blah, blah. Now, if I know I need silverware, I put on some gloves and I wash it my damn self, because sometimes if you wait on them, like, they'll do it right away, but at the same time, it's like, it's much faster if you do it, because you're washing, like, how much you need, and they're washing, like, everything that's in there. So yeah, that's another tip. um Another tip is to smile. My managers always be like, smile, Amanda, smile. And I'm like, like, I don't even want to be here and y'all niggas want me to smile. Or, like, I'm so tired and hungry and y'all want me to smile, dead ass. Like, come on, like, I'm trying to go home, send me home. So another tip is smile, be friendly, act like you're having a great day. Sometimes they'll, like, engage in conversation. So, like, if they say, like, oh, we're rushing, we're gonna go see a movie, just be like, oh, okay, that's really good. I'll make sure the food comes out really fast, and then also ask what movie they're seeing or something. Act like if you saw it, then tell them you saw it and it was good. If you didn't see it, be like, oh my gosh, I really want to see that movie. Have fun, guys. And then like, yeah, like when they're leaving and stuff, like always say like, have a good time at the movies or something like that. Um, Let me see. Another tip is to always update your customers. So let's say they get their drinks and appetizers, but you notice like they ordered steak and the steak is taking a little bit long. Go in the kitchen and just find out how long it's gonna take. Go back to your customer and be like, "Hi, the steak is gonna be like done within like the next 5 minutes. Is that okay?" Like always engage, because if you don't go back to them, they're gonna be like, yo, where my food at? She forgot about me. So that's why it's always good to update them, so that way they know that you did not forget about them. So yeah. What other tips do I have? Oh, so one of my coworkers, she's so sweet. She's like, you have to flirt with the customers. Be so nice to them. Like, she's so cute. Oh my gosh. But like, I don't flirt with my customers. I just be like really nice, and like, I always try to compliment. I'll be like, oh, I love your nails. Like, deadass, I really do love their nails. But like, sometimes you just gotta say, be like, oh, I love your nails. Oh my gosh, your hair is so beautiful. Like, you know, I remember like my coworker was telling me how like she complimented a lady about how she smelled so good, and the lady gave her lotion bottle and like tipped her good. But like, like it's really good like when you engage in your customers, compliment them, because then that's how you get the tips, the cha-ching. But yeah, I noticed like when I started doing this, like I started updating my customers more, telling them that I'm new, and also like smiling and just like being like, instead of, I noticed that I made more tips. So on average, if you've been working there for years, you're extremely good, you're extremely fast, and you're a pro, you make like at the end of the night, you make like at least 200, like I'm gonna say 230 or 250 if you're lucky. But on average, they'll make like 200. If you're a beginner, you're most likely to make like 60 to 100. So like if you're good but not that good, you'll make 60. If you're really good, you'll make 100. The only reason why you're not going to make 200 like everybody else who's more experienced is because they have more tables than you. And when you're new, they start you off with like only like the max 6 tables. Well, one time I had like, I think the max like 9 tables, but that was on a really busy day. But for the most part, they only start you off with like, they start you off with 2 tables, then 4, then 6. But I'm saying like as a beginner, the max that you're gonna have is like 6 tables at once. So that's why you don't get to make as much money as like the people who have a lot of tables. um on average, I'll say like, okay, when I first started, I made like 60, then I made 80, then I made 80 again, then I made 90, and then all of a sudden, like, I started going back down and I only made 50. And then now, like, now that I'm, these tips that I shared with you guys, now I'm actually like using those tips and I'm actually making good money. So now I would say like on average I make like 80, which is really really good. But the other night I made like 120, and that was on like such a busy day, like, and I was shocked. So just be prepared. Like there are gonna be days where it's so slow that you'll be sent home within 3 hours, or sometimes like they'll just send you home, or they'll call you and be like, hey, it's really slow, don't bother coming in. And like sometimes you'll be happy, sometimes you'll be upset because you won't get a chance to like like make your coins. But on average, like, it's really good. I love my job. I love the fact that like everybody there is just helpful and nice. And I also love the fact that like I don't have to wait until payday to get money. Like I make money like every day, and I love that because I'm like, right after I could get something to eat, or I could save up my money and get my nails done. So, yeah. But right now, I'm gonna share with you guys like how much I made. So this is like worth like 3 days. So the first one, okay. So this is one I made yesterday. So I'm gonna count it up with you guys. And bro, I'm not even gonna address this. I'm not showing off. I'm just counting up my money, and I love doing that because that shit is so fucking fun, bitch. But all right, 20, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. So yesterday was a bad day because I made 49. And the day before yesterday, I made 20, 40, 50, oh, whoa. 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88. So I made 88 the day before yesterday, which is really good. What did I do better? I think those 2 days were good days, except the day before yesterday. I think I had more tables. That's probably why I made more. But oh, another thing I forgot to say. Sometimes you don't get tips in cash. Sometimes you'll get tips like if they pay with credit card or a debit card, and like you print out their receipt, they'll sign their name, and then they'll they'll write down like how much they'll give you as a tip. And then at the end of the day, when you're putting in like all your tips that you made, like meaning like electronically, like debit card wise, then that's when like certain tips will vary. So sometimes like I'll get like tipped 14, or sometimes somebody will tip me 3, like so everything varies. So the cash isn't the only tips that you make. You also make it through the debit thingy, whatever, the debit card, or like yeah. So this is what I made. Look at this shit, yo. Okay, so this is 3 days ago, because I already said that the last one, the one that I made 80 something, was like the day before yesterday. So now this is what I made 3 days ago. All it is, there was this guy who paid. It was a guy and his son, and I could tell, like, I'm like, yo, y'all had to be at the strip club, because first of all, they were flirting with the other girls, and then on top of that, their bill came out to like $42, and he gave me $42 in like dollar bills. So I'm gonna count this one last, but that's what I made 3 days ago. So 20, 30. Oh, I have it all wrong. My fault. Hold on. All right. 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. Let me split this in half because I'm going to get confused. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. 150. So I made 150 3 days ago, and that's really good for a beginner. So all I can say is be fast. Make sure that your table has silverware. Whether you're seated or not, make sure your table has silverware, so that way when the food comes, like let's say you get too distracted and the food comes out for them and you don't even know, they have silverware. They're good. It's kind of like, not, well, okay, at first I used to be embarrassed, like, oh snap, I'm so sorry guys, like when they'll be like, hey, can we get silverware, when like the food is in front of them. But now, like, I know sometimes I can get busy and it happens. And another thing is, my last tip is like, be confident and don't be so hard on yourself, because I remember literally my first 3 days there, I used to be so hard on myself. Like, I used to be like, oh my gosh, like, what is wrong with me? Like, I can't do this. This is not for me. I'm so upset at myself. Like, why every single time I do good or I start off good and then I end bad? And sometimes it's like that. Like, my shift is like, all right, I come in and I'm perfectly fine. I'm good. But when it starts to hit like 8 or 9 o'clock, it can get busy. So when it starts to get busy, I'm not going to say like, okay, expect to do bad, but I'm just going to say expect for it to get hectic, because when it's busy, sometimes you forget certain tables, sometimes you forget their drinks, sometimes you forget to give them silverware. And it's okay, it's human. We forget. But don't be so hard on yourself. Push yourself to do your best. Be confident and don't be too hard on yourself. That's it. Period, poo. Period. You bitches be, is you serious? I'm sorry, like, that's my shit. But yeah, those are some tips, and I'm glad this is helpful. I mean, I'm glad it's helpful. I hope this was helpful. Bitch, it is helpful because it helped me. The fuck, it made me make $150 the other day. Like, you see, my first one yesterday was like 49, and then the next one was in the 80s, and then the next one was in the hundreds. So everything varies. It's not gonna be all the time where you make good money, and that's okay, because you're gonna have your good days and you're gonna have your bad days. But thank you guys for watching. Yo, all right, let me tell you what I'm finna do. So I want to get my hair done, so of course I'm gonna take out some of this and I'm gonna put that towards me getting my hair done. And I don't really need my eyebrows, but I'll set aside like some for my like eyebrow threading, or like, let's say I decide to get my nails done. Like, I want to get my nails done, but I'm not paying my boo thing is actually paying for me. So the next set that I get, I'll probably pay for it. You know what I mean? So it's really good, and don't be afraid to spoil yourself. Like, of course, always save up your money. That's literally what I just did. Like, I didn't even save up my money for the video. It's just, when you come home and you're tired and stuff like that. So I never really got a chance to sort out my money. Ow. But I usually do like to save up. Like, I love saving up my money. So, save up a section where you want to save up a section where certain amounts of money you want to put in the bank, and save up a part where, like, I don't know, like, just save something you want to put in the bank, save something you want to give to your mom, your dad, like your brother, your sister. Always good to save. Don't be afraid to spoil yourself. I be spoiling myself now, like, and I'm so glad that I have the money